Lions of Judah, it is good to be with you. I am Noah Faye. It is especially good to be with this group of passionate, clear-eyed, determined women because the story of why I am standing in front of you all today starts with the fracture of my own community of women, Barnard College of Columbia University. Thank you. Thank you. The first mission I ever took on was equal rights for women. I chose Barnard because I wanted to be part of a community whose very existence was ingrained in this mission. I wanted to be part of a sisterhood. And from the day I started in the fall of 2020 to October 6th, 2023, I thought I was. Before October 7th, I believed wholeheartedly that Barnard was the closest thing we had in this world to Barbie Land, from the movie Barbie, directed by Greta Gerwig, a Barnard alumna. The Barbies may have had disagreements, but they never failed to treat each other with respect and ultimately with love. This is how I knew Barnard to be. So imagine my surprise when I find myself in a senior seminar at Columbia's Women's College, where the lecturer is telling the students before her that there was no evidence of sexual violence from the October 7th attacks, that there was no rape. Imagine my surprise when I watched my Barnard peers, alleged champions of women, chant slogans like, quote, "by any means necessary," in support of one of the most oppressive regimes to women. How much more anti-feminist can you get? The discrepancy between my community's support for women and their lack of support for Jewish women was one of the main indicators that something was irrefutably wrong. So I did what so many of us do so well. I talked. I talked to anyone who would listen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I talked to anyone who would listen, and at first that was Fox News. I did a recorded interview, then I was asked to appear on air, which I did a number of times. From there, it became clear that while we did not have the attention of our university, we had the attention of the outside world, or at least parts of it. 3 other students and I spoke at the first press conference at Columbia, where reporters from the New York Times, ABC, NBC, and others gathered. A week later, I spoke at the United Nations alongside then Ambassador Gilad Erdan and others. The next week, I addressed the crowd at the March for Israel in DC. Thank you. Thank you. Now, a lot has happened since then. I've appeared on podcasts, including Yonit Levy's Unholy, gone on CNN, and spoken with senators and congresspeople, to give you an idea. But the theme has been that I have not stopped talking. And it's funny for my family and friends because they've joked about my talkative nature since I started talking, but life since October 7th really has shown me the importance and efficacy of just talking. The truth is, we are the students, not the teachers, so we cannot physically do what needs to be done, whether that's changing policies or exacting discipline. So talking is one of the strongest powers we as students have, especially in a world where so much of the chaos and destruction is the result of people's silence. But despite the gravity of the situation, we will make it out of this dark time. As you can hear and see for yourself, the pro-Palestine movement is filled with hate. But both the Jewish and American people are familiar with the struggle against hatred. We know how victory is won. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. The words of Martin Luther King, one of the people who led us out of the hateful time of Jim Crow. I have experienced the truth of these words because the only reason my Jewish peers and I have been able to endure this hateful time is love. We love being Jewish more than anyone could ever hate us for it. Thank you. Thank you. So we are not just fighting against hatred. We are fighting for each other. That is both why and how I am standing in front of you all today. Toda raba.